Logan, Alpha's resident sniper and all-around good old Southern boy, chuckle. Assholes. The both of them. Charlie Sparks, the fourth man, woman, on their operational team sat tucked between them, her nose buried in her laptop as she attempted to find the whereabouts of Elle Monroe. Without warning, she took both hands off the keyboard and biffed Vince and Logan on the back of their heads. "What the hell was that for, English?" Rubbing his head, Vince shot her a glare. "For making fun of Trey while he's obviously having a bloody moment. It's not his fault that the male species have two brains, and it's the smaller one that usually wins out. It's like embedded genetic code." "I'm not having a moment," Trey grumbled in his own defense. "And I take offense to you implying that I make decisions with my dick." Charlie smirked. "I never said anything about your goods, Hanson." No, but it had been implied. And once upon a time, he did let his dick lead him around like he was a show pony in a parade. Hell, it had been fun, in his 20s. Now, at 34, going home alone, or with a different woman each weekend, had lost its appeal. And seeing his best friend and pseudo-sister's happiness confirmed what he'd already started realizing himself, that he wanted what Rafi and Penny had. He wanted lazy mornings in bed with the same woman. He wanted secret smiles and shared jokes. He wanted someone in his life that he'd lay down his life for, besides his family and the bastards he called brothers. Maybe that made him the caveman Elle had called him. He wasn't sure. What he did know was that the second he and Elle had locked gazes, he'd experienced that protective tug in his gut that had him searching behind her sultry smile and come-hither stare. His need to get her into his bed had come later, albeit not by much. And now, not only was he not buried balls deep inside her sweet little body, but he sure as hell wasn't protecting her either. She was roaming Thailand without any fucking protective detail. Because of him. Where the fuck would she have gone? Trey had no one to blame but himself, but it didn't mean he couldn't be pissed about it. Logan covered a chuckle with a cough. "You know what would make finding her easier? If you'd have taken the time to ask her where she's staying. That didn't really come up in conversation." Charlie cocked up a single blonde eyebrow and paused in her typing to shoot him a glare. "You're bloody lucky you're sitting across the table right now, or you'd be getting clubbed in the head, too." Trey didn't doubt it. The British analyst held her own in their all-male outfit, showing them every day that she was a lot more than a smart brain, pink-tinged hair, and a few half-hidden tattoos. Though not a full-fledged operative yet, it was only a matter of time before she wore stone down enough to give her a true shot. He nodded toward the laptop. "Find her now. Maim me later. The medical clinic director said Elle and her friend headed into town for a little R&R before heading back to the States, and it's not like this place is tourist central. There's only so many places they could be." Heads swiveled as the outer bar door squeaked open, and 4 men walked into the building. All large, all menacing. They scanned the room, their alert awareness labeling them as some kind of military, despite their civilian dress. And then there were the unsightly bulges, where they'd made a poor attempt to conceal their weapons. 10-0 odds, they weren't toy fucking guns. Charlie pulled her hat low over her brow, and Vince leaned on his elbows to block the better side of her face. They settled into the relatively dark corner of the bar, and waited. The front man of the small group beckoned to the bar owner behind the counter. The Thai man rushed over, and the two had a quiet conversation that looked pretty peaceful until the new arrival yanked the old man up to the tips of his toes. Charlie went stiff in her seat. "Easy," Trey murmured. "Aren't we going to do something?" she hissed. "Not unless we have to." Having a public tango with these 4 definitely wasn't on the day's list of things to do. They had enough wrinkles in this op to iron out. They didn't need to blow a big-ass hole in it, too. As suddenly as he lifted the old man onto his toes, the gang leader released his hold. For the first time, Trey got a good look at the wicked,